Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build some model kits and, of course, to hang out with you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the link of the site, the emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. I want to thank Xenogears very much for hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Xeno. I want to thank Aristofan for throwing those emotes in the chat. Thanks for being here, Aristofan. Appreciate it as always. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Again, you don't have to use my emotes, especially if you're not a subscriber. You know, you can just use other people's emotes or just say hi, or you could choose not to say anything at all, which is also totally okay. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to hang out here tonight for a night of model kit building. That's right, we're back to it. We're doing entry grades. If you're new to the entry grade world, these are a new thing that came out in the year 2020, and the premise of these kits is they're the first kit you build. They are your entry to the world of model kits, made by Bandai for various properties. One instruction book can go out there in 3 languages. You can follow along. You don't need tools to assemble it. Now, the caveat to that is you certainly don't need snipper clips in order to assemble these model kits. But I would say having an X-Acto knife or a sponger or something, or tweezers to apply the stickers, I would say go for it. We're going to talk about how one of these kits tonight has 2 stickers, the other has multiple stickers and will require some effort. So not all entry grades are equal. You know, the RX-782, 0 stickers. Dragon Ball kits, some stickers. Your Kamen Rider kits, and also this Ultraman kit, many stickers. Pac-Man, 2 stickers. So yeah, should be fun. I hope you're all doing well out there on the internets. We're going to hang out here in the intro zone, I should say, for a couple of moments. See if other people want to come in, want to join us here on a Saturday. Said it in the pre-show. I don't really know what to chat about tonight, and I apologize for that, but I don't have a lot you know, saved up. You know, I got a couple things I can chat about with y'all. But yeah, I don't have much in the way of, I would definitely want to do that. Always here for Pac-Man, says Glenn. Well, I'm glad you're here, Glenn. Welcome. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun time. This Pac-Man is a cute little kit. I knew it was out, and I didn't pick it up until I saw it on a shelf for another streamer. Another model kit streamer had this lovely friend, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to build that. Hello, Pat and Pac. Yes, hello, and welcome. All right, I'm going to retweet my tweet, say, hey, we're doing this. Check this one notification. It's probably just somebody. Yep, somebody liking a tweet, I'm sad, which is very not kind of them. I appreciate that. And all right. And then we're gonna get into some building. Let's go to the overhead. So here is the first thing I will mention is this booklet is fun. This is a fun little thing. It's very cute looking. Goes through all the instructions. As I said, the entry grade kits. There is a lot of detail here. There's like comparisons to like what it looks like, which is very fun. Yeah, this is now, do I like the black background? Not particularly. I would prefer it not be a black background, but that's okay. But these are like, this is something that the hope is you could put this in front of somebody who's never built a model kit and say, here you go. Follow these instructions. Build a kit. Very, very kind, very nice of them. So we'll get started with this Pac-Man. This will be a quick build. But it's Pac-Man the arcade game. It kind of has the black background. Yes. So the T, I agree with you that that you would want to. They're honoring the map, the stage, and all that. But as black has blue path lines, I'm down. Yeah. But it is a little harder to kind of see where things are on the page for me and my eyesight. So I don't love it as much. And you can see here, we got just 2 spruces here. 2 sprues. This is Pac-Man, Bandai Namco. You know, it has a trademark in there. This is year 2020. But yeah, some hands. We will do some panel lining. I didn't put up the graphic about the panel lining because this is going to be, you know, fairly straightforward. We will use black for the yellow and for the orange. We will use brown for the red. We don't need gray. There's my boy. Yes, we've got the Pac-Man. But just like I said, two things. No need for our snippers. So our snippers that are right here, we can put aside. We don't need those. Maybe we will at some point, but these should just pop off with no detritus. So you can just kind of pull, and these should, yes, as I said, just kind of snap right off. Very nice and easy. And anything else you should be able to pick at. And yeah, nice and clean. And it says, like, hey, take this, then go to A2, get the back piece here. It even changes the color a little bit to say, this is the part that should go there, which is very fun. That is a nice little thing for, as I said, for beginners. And since I have been, that Lego set, I loved it. But that Lego set was 8 streams. 8 streams. So it's nice to ease back into model kit building because I have not built a model since that stream. Okay, so we're going to take this. This is going to go in here. This lines up there. All right, and let's try to get this lined up right. Can I get that lined up right? We did. And then they'll just pop in, and there we go. There's eyes. What are they doing to the plastic that makes it easier to remove as compared to regular model kits? So, Aristofan, I haven't done the actual research, but as far as I can tell, the spots where it's connected, I believe they are loosening the plastic. They were like cutting it almost ahead of time so that it just snaps apart nice and easy. Also, you don't have to do what they do for most model kits, but they do that to make them stay on, and not fall off, mainly because you're stacking layers inside plastic and transporting them. When I got a kit, one of the Kamen Rider kits that I got, a couple pieces already fallen out of the package. So because it's a smaller thing, they don't have to do too much. So I believe they are like pre-treating the connection points. But don't quote me on that. That is the theory that I saw out there. There are so many great. There are entry-grade Kamen Rider ones. Yes. So I've done a couple. You can find them on my VOD channel. But I also the Ultraman that we'll be building next is very similar to how the Kamen Rider are. My general feeling is the RX-782 is where anyone that has never built a Gundam and would like to do Gunpla model kits, that is exactly where people should start because it was the perfect place to begin. The Kamen Rider and Dragon Ball, I would say you're probably better off getting the figurized kits because the figurized kits for Dragon Ball and Kamen Rider aren't that much more complicated than the entry grade, but are so much more posable and have different heads you can swap and different facial expressions. And it's like obviously it's a cheap price, but it's totally to me worth it. And then look, the integrates are for a show I haven't seen. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm going to be honest, they're the more modern shows. I got Deku, and I was happy to get Deku because I really like My Hero Academia. But it's not a great model kit, that entry grade. It wasn't great, but I was happy to have it. But yeah. But so far, my favorite by far has been the RX-782. That's a keeper. All right, so we're connecting these here. We got our legs, and then we'll connect the head up here, making sure this is how it wants it. And there we go. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of figurized for Kamen Rider. The most figurized kits are Dragon Ball, and then I think the second, but behind it, is Kamen Rider. And then there are a bunch of, like, one-offs. Like, there's one Naruto, which is a fantastic kit. The figurized Naruto is great. There's one figurized for my favorite rider for 38. I've never built a figure, but I'm interested. 38 is a lot of money. I mean, I would say write down the name and then just look at a few sites here and there. Keep your eyes peeled. Amazon, you can get stuff. It might be worth taking a look at a hobby shop. If the hobby shops say that they have Gunpla, they might have these Bandai figurized kits as well. It might be worth taking a look in your local hobby shop that if they're you know, if they have models and model kits. All right, so we're moving on to stage 4, which is applying stickers. These are the only stickers on this kit, so we will be applying those right now. Oops, rolled away. So we will be using our X-Acto knife and trying to do this. Let's get the sticker on here. Oh, I found somewhere else for 26. Yeah. So the Kamen Rider kits, I don't believe were... Some of them were released here in the U.S., but I don't think all of them were. So they're all on secondary markets or third party, secondary markets to say. So the price can kind of be high. So this is sticker 1. This is just our eyebrows here. We are just laying it right where it is, right where it's layered. This sticker isn't super awkward, but we are going to try to get it right here by hitting in the corner. And then we'll use the X-Acto knife to lay these 2 parts down. Do I wish this was in 2 parts? Yes, that would make it easier. It's not, and I don't actually want to cut it because I'm afraid I'll mess it up. But we'll get that there. If it's off a little bit, it won't be super noticeable, but we want to try to get it right. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so obviously it would be great if this wasn't a sticker. It would be difficult for a kit that costs like $10, to $12 to have it, have interlocking pieces that came in through, much like the eyes that were the eyebrows. I could understand that being an expense. So I get why they did this as a sticker, but I don't like it. If this is supposed to be somebody's first kit, the best course of action for them is probably to not have eyebrows and have it be yellow and maybe do a marker, because a marker is easier than the applying the stickers perfectly. But I don't really like that. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that those are your best options, or to just really hope you nail it. When I talked about the Deku figure, the Midoriya, it had freckles. His freckles weren't part of the plastic. You had to put them on the stickers, and I messed it up. And so that Deku doesn't have any freckles. Not quite as exact, of course. Oh, remember applying stickers like this to McDonald's toys? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? You're making it... So these aren't perfect, but they're good, and it does look cute. So we're going to build this completely, and then I'm going to look at panel lining and see what it needs, if it needs any at all, and what I can do, because we have the markers. I haven't used them since we did the last kit, so it's kind of nice to be able to get in there and play around with it. We got the mouth here, which also, for something else, could be a butt. That could be a butt. It's Pac-Man's like mouth, tongue, whatever, but that could be a butt for another figure. So we'll put the butt in there. There you go. And then the nose, Pac-Man nose, Pac-Man nose, classic. Pac butt, indeed. Pac-Man's favorite butt tongue, yes. Famous butt tongue, indeed. Harold is hosting the stream. Thank you, Harold. Appreciate that, my friend. All right, let's do the legs. As I said, this kit is like, we are grooving, we are moving, we are getting things done. This is like, I wasn't even going to put this as a poll, and then I got the other, the Ultraman kit, and I was like, well, I'll just put these together, because my $10 patrons, if you don't know, my $10 patrons vote on what I build next, and I put these 2 entry grades together because I thought that'd be kind of fun to do 2 back-to-back and show the different levels, how even within the entry grades, like, certain kits are easy and certain kits are more difficult. So let's look at this. This is, I want to make sure this is 3. Yep, this is foot 3, and this is 4. So this looks like this and goes in like that. Trying to find how this foot connects, and it's whoop, little fly there. Summertime, getting some flies here and there. Okay, this goes like this. Okay, so this is being annoying because I can't figure out how this is supposed to, these 2 pieces are supposed to connect. So we'll kind of do our eyeball here. Looks like there is a top part there, and the square like that. So it goes like this. And then you want this to connect in here. There we go. Got it. That was annoying. I don't know why, but it was. Hopefully the other one will just slot right in. And then that goes there. And now we got one foot for our Pac-Man. And let's get the other foot on. It feels very weird. It still does. I mean, I've done a few entry grades in my time. This still feels very strange not to use tools. You certainly could, but because you're able to build them without it, it's kind of nice to be able to do that because it's very rare. When we get into the next high grade or master grade we're going to build, I'll have more. I'll take more time to use my good clippers. Let's see. What do I want to talk about? Well, I guess I will say rest in power to New Jack, a seminal original ECW wrestler who was terrifying and perhaps shouldn't have continued to be a wrestler after several incidents. His episode of Dark Side of the Ring is captivating. And he is someone that, like, I hope he passed very recently. I hope he was, up until obviously his heart attack, was doing well. And I am sorry for those that knew him, and because I'd never met the man. But yeah, New Jack was they say in wrestling, living the gimmick, and that is when this happens to some wrestlers, right? They have a character and they start to become that character. New Jack was New Jack, and he just happened to be a wrestler. There isn't a character. There was just New Jack, and it just so happened that, thankfully, he ended up as a wrestler. I believe the Blue Meanie told this story, which I really liked. Certainly was living the gimmick. Yes, so he was living his gimmick, but also his gimmick was just like, he was just his gimmick. He was living him. The Blue Meanie told a short story of ECW playing in Canada. They had a show in Canada, and all of a sudden, New Jack walks into the locker room, and everyone is very shocked because New Jack shouldn't be able to cross the border. That's a thing that shouldn't happen. They were not expecting him to be there. And people were like, huh, what? And before they can, ask him or anyone could say anything, he just says, oh, that water's cold. Which is just the fucking funniest shit. Like, he knew that people would be like, how did this happen? And he's not going to say. So instead, he just implies that he swam there, and I think that fucking rules. But yeah, certainly meant a lot to many people. And he is mostly unapologetic for things that he should probably have apologized for. Certainly. But I don't want to speak ill of the dead, and I didn't want to speak ill of the living because that man was terrifying. So, but I hope he is resting well. But yeah, just truly, truly an original. Unbelievable. All right. So you might be surprised to know, if you turned in late to this stream, not everybody has a submarine, indeed. If you turned in late to the stream, you might be like, Pat, did you just fucking finish this kit? And the answer is pretty much yes. That's kind of all there was. We're going to do some panel lining because why wouldn't we do some panel lining? In fact, let's take a photo. We'll get a before and after with some panel lining because it's rare to have that, because usually I panel line as we build and not after the fact. So let me get a nice shot of Pac-Man here. There's a nice shot of Pac-Man. And then I will do some panel lining. You built an amiibo. Kind of a kit, though, yes. Sort of. So, there's not much that needs to be done on this, but we will do something. We will hit a little bit here around where it's connected. We're just going to hit some of this with some black. As I said, this doesn't really need it. We're just going to kind of hit. Ooh, I actually don't have my eraser handy, so I will have to hit the be right back and grab my eraser. So I will do that. But yeah, we'll hit a little bit here just to kind of give it a little bit of love. We don't have to hit this too much. Doesn't really need it. But it's definitely so. Oh, is it the same pose as the amiibo? Yeah. All right, I'm going to hit the be right back for a second. And then I will, I'm going to keep talking, but I just have to get up and get my eraser. It could not reach it from without standing up. So let me do that. And then I will come back here. And I am back now with Pac-Man. Hello. But yeah, this is the classic pose. So yeah, we're not going to get too much detail on this by doing panel, but we can at least take a look at it and see what it needs, if it needs anything, and we can hit that. With that there, we'll take this hand off and just kind of hit here a little bit and kind of go around the fist here just a little. Give it a little bit of panel lining. But yeah, this is pretty easy. Pac-Man is one of those guys that has the default pose. Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, I'm sure when Bandai's licensing department was, when they're talking to the licensing department that has, Pac-Man, like the different branches and all that, this was probably well, this is the pose you should do. He's perfect. Yeah, he is great. But it was probably just like, hey, you should do this. This is the Pac-Man pose. And let's see. Yeah, that looks all right. We're going to hit the legs here. Oh, that came off in a way I didn't want, but whatever. Hit this with some brown. Pretty sure the rules for him is he's not allowed to frown. He has to always smile. So in Smash, he's fucking smiling when he drowns. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. Who knows? Yeah, he only gets unhappy in that terrible Pac-Man game that I played a year or 2 years ago or whatever, or a year ago. But a very terrible Pac-Man world game where you're not in control of Pac-Man, but you're leading Pac-Man around, and then you can make Pac-Man very unhappy. And that, I believe, is the only time you will see him frown, is in that terrible game. Oh boy, that game was garbage. Pac-Man 2 was great. I disagree with you, the T. I think that was not great. That game is a whole lot of bad. I didn't continue playing it. Hey, Lord Crashes, and welcome. You got here just in time for me to do some panel lining on Pac-Man, which we're basically done with. I'm going to just see here if I want to hit that part there. Yeah, I can't really even see that. Do I want to do anything else to Pac-Man? I guess I will do a little bit here around the nose. Hit this with black a little bit. You can't really see that, but that might help things a little bit. Hit the shadow there on the nose. I'm going to hit around this. I think that'll be good to do. Oh, yeah, I can hit the slopes here. Ooh, that'll be good. Actually, that will actually legitimately be good to do. This will make the eyebrows, eyebrows pop a little bit. So that actually will be nice. Then we can do around the connector here. Ms. Pac-Man is a great game despite it not being made by Namco. I totally agree with you. I mean, it was so great that they were like, yeah, we're just going to license this because you shouldn't have made it. So now it's our game. And yeah, I actually think that this panel lining will help this out a little bit. I don't think much was needed, but I think that actually does help it out a little bit. And then let's just hit this here. Yeah, no, this isn't it. Okay. And then I'm going to show that I did a little bit. Super Pac-Man is probably my favorite weird Pac-Man game. Pac-Mania is pretty fantastic. The Pac-Man 4-player arcade game that looks like it's this. It's not. It's a top-down 4-player Pac-Man attack game. I think it's Pac-Man Versus. Or Pac-Man Battle Royale. Yeah, Pac-Man Battle Royale. That's the name of the 4-player. I played that in some arcades, and that is very fun. Also, Mutt, thank you for the follow. I didn't give you a shout-out. I'm sorry, I didn't notice. But welcome. Mud1DM Foreign. Thank you for the follow. Pac-Man versus the GameCube one. It's also great. Yes, that's right. It was the GameCube game. All right, so I'm going to show that I did a little panel lining on here. It didn't need much, but I did a little bit of it. That's fun. And that's it. That's Pac-Man. Hey, everybody. That's Pac-Man. We built Pac-Man. I'm going to put Pac-Man over here while we build the next thing, just because I think that's fun to put Pac-Man just like hanging out while we work. Tip to toe, that's Pac-Man indeed. Pac-Man all the way down. And now we'll move on. I told you that wasn't going to take any time at all. That's why I thought we were going to be able to do that on Monday, or Thursday, I should say, when we were wrapping up the Lego set. I was like, well, we'll get to it. We did not get to it. Had a chance to play Pac-Man on a huge setup at David Buster's, which I had gotten a couple goes at it. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, the Battle Royale. Okay, so here's our entry grade. So it's similar, right? We've got a lot more stickers, so we will use our X-Acto knife for that quite a bit because we got a bunch of stickers. This is obviously more humanoid of a kit. More steps involved, but you do not need a panel, or you don't really need panel lining, I should say, but you don't need snippers to construct this. It does the thing I don't like about this. Like, it makes sense because it uses less paper, but I don't like that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, just go like this. Just go top to bottom in columns. It goes across, and I don't like that. I'm not a fan of it. We're building out of the box because I am getting... So, I should have gotten this a while ago, and I didn't. There are various products out there you can get to hold all of your spruces. I reviewed one. I'll talk about that in the second hour when I plug the video. I reviewed one I got that I hated. So what I used to use is these plastic shelving things that are stackable, and you use them to, like, for file folders. Like, you see them in offices, you know, like the secretary of the principal of your vice principal of your school has one of those. I have those in New York. I didn't want to travel with them, and I've been kind of just building out of boxes. But I figured I'm going to get them. They're like $16. So I'm getting a set of them, of 6 of them. I'll show them when they arrive. Probably, I think they'll be here for Monday's stream, and I'm just gonna leave them here because my folks could use them when I'm not here. But I'm just tired of working out of the box. For this, no problem. Three of these, no sweat. But for other things, I just saw Jason from Bad Gunpla has been doing 3D printing of some that are small that should work actually really well, and I'm jealous of those because they looked cool. But yeah, all right, so we're going to build this. Again, we're going to assemble it fully, do all the stickers as we go, and then we'll see if it needs any panel lining. And these just snap off like the others. Nice and easy. This is Ultraman Zero. Got a lot of gray in this Ultraman. You know, it still has the blue and the red you'll see normally, but a lot of, like, I don't know what Ultraman Z, like, just like a lot of cyber stuff. Just looks very cybery. So again, I don't quite know, but it looked cool, and I wanted to see how similar this was to a Kamen Rider kit, and the answer is very similar. I've never been an Ultraman fan, but I heard good things about the recent shows. Yes, I've also heard that as well. So I can agree with you there. All right, so we've got to now put this in, which is going to be This is going to be our eyes. Instead of stickers for the eyes, which is great, we're putting in this plastic, and it really pops. Look at those eyes. I'm going to come up here. There. Really looks cool. I love that. I love when they use a big piece of plastic like that. Just like Pac-Man, indeed. I prefer that so much over stickers, over the, just plastic and having to get in and make sure everything looks perfect. That, I think, it just adds so much to it. Then we got this blue here. So we'll come in and stick it in there so we get the face angle right. That feels weird, but it'll be better once I put in the back part of there, which is B3. We're coming up on our first stickers, which is the back of the head stickers. So, yeah. So let's do B3, the back of the neck, I guess. Let's get that in. B3, right there. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about on the stream tonight? Like I said, I don't know. I'm doing some customer service tomorrow. I'm picking up a partial shift. I've been doing a bunch of contract work here and there, and this is one of my I'm a sub for a group. It's great because it's just emails as a sub. I don't have to do live chat. The company I'm working for doesn't have phone. They don't want people to call them. They don't do phone support, which is great, but they do chat as well, and I don't have to do that as a sub. I'm just doing backlog of sometimes I just do response, people that email and they're like, hey, I have a problem with my order, and then you reply to get follow up because they often don't include enough information. Well, sometimes those folks don't reply to your reply, and so sometimes that's my job, is to just go through that, find those, and be like, hey, I am trying to reach out again. Did everything work out? Did your order? Because a lot of times they're like, hey, my order didn't arrive. And then 2 hours later it does. So they don't reply to your reply. Or they've had multiple emails coming through, or they just don't care enough to follow up, or they actually didn't order anything from you. They ordered for somebody else, and they were just like, I can't find my order, and then they looked in their email and they realized. Or this company that I'm working for right now, you get a confirmation email, and then you get a shipping email. And sometimes people are like, hey, I got my confirmation email, but I didn't get my shipping email. And it's a day after they ordered, and it's like, yeah, your product hasn't shipped yet. So you just have to tell them yeah, it didn't ship yet. And they're like, what? It's like, yeah, it doesn't, people don't fill the, you ordered it 5 o'clock at night on the West Coast to a company based on the East Coast. Yeah, they didn't get to your order yet. It's coming. You'll get an email. So some people get very confused by that, which is fine. So yeah, that I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but I'm doing that. It's fine, pays the bills. The nice thing is, Amazon has ruined people's expectations. Yes, the T, totally. People are like, it's like, yeah, your product had to ship out. People it'll take a minute. All right, so we're doing all these stickers on the back. I do want to point out this, which is very strange. This is a blue sticker that also has gray in it that I'm putting on here because it made more sense for them to just have this be a sticker, a big sticker. You can see the other gray that's right here, or I'll get this here. You can see that there is gray here. That's part of the sticker because it's easier than making it a tinier sticker. And that, I will say, I appreciate that very much because it is easier to do it this way than the other way. So I do applaud them for that. I ordered a DDR pad being shipped from Poland, and I know I will get it next month sometime. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, you ordered it from Poland. You know it will be shipped at some point, and if not, then you'll go through the process of trying to get your dang money back. But yeah, some people are just like, well, also, I've talked about this on stream before. I'm a broken record of this. I'll say I won't go into too detail about this, y'all. But nobody knows what the fuck business days means, and I get that. Nobody knows. Or some people are like, well, it says 5 to 7 business days, and it's been 7 business days. And I'm like, it has not. It was 7 business days since you ordered, not 7 business days since it shipped. What are you talking about? You are wrong. And also, as I said, also, people don't understand that holidays don't count toward business days, and maybe you have to go to work on Veterans Day, but if the post office is closed, then that's not part of it, and all kinds of shit like that. It's a lot of just trying to explain to people things that were told to them that they chose not to read or comprehend, and it's part of the job, but that doesn't mean that I like it or want to do it. All right, I'm trying to get this sticker in right. It is difficult because it is a bendy sticker, or it's supposed to, like, there's supposed to be a bend in it, and that does make things difficult, I should say, difficult. But yeah, that looks fine. This is also stickers on the back of this kit, so, like, I care a little bit less of those. Yeah, my job, business days as a term makes no sense now that you can get your stuff so many ways now. Totally, Lord Crashington. They shouldn't include it, but also there are days where the mail doesn't happen. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is a bad term. It should be like 5 to 7 days, not including weekends. Maybe would work better, but that also doesn't work better. And my job would get a huge number of calls the day after a holiday asking why something didn't go through what it was normally scheduled to because the holiday didn't count as a business day. Yeah, people just don't, like I said. Also, some people work on holidays, so in their minds, it isn't a holiday. Or they go to school and, like, whatever, or yeah, they work from home and, like, they're just like, oh, was the post office, were the banks closed? I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. I don't pay attention to those. We're definitely going to be able to panel line the shit out of this thing, and it's going to look rad. But we'll wait till the end. Because I am going to take a photo of it without it. And then we'll do all the panels, and that'll be cool. Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Also, a nice thing about this, as I think I was starting to say, I'm a contracted employee that works. I have no set schedule. I pull covers in for a company that doesn't have a lot of people calling out because it's not that hard. So I don't work that often for them, but also I don't really work for them. I'm not an hourly employee. I'm not a salary employee. I'm there. I do my job, and then I'm like, cool. So, like, I do a good job, but it's a job I don't have to care about and often don't as much. I see Skittles is back to doing gray Skittles for Pride Month. It doesn't make much sense to most people. Yeah, I understand. But putting gray in there allows people to have to build their flags out of Skittles, because some folks having the gray Skittle helps with their flag. So I do get what they're doing. Also, that's kind of cool. I think they're actually going for, like, we're all together in unity, which, like, I understand that, but that is a very, like, hey, I don't know about other people, but I like you, kind of a thing. I don't think it means as much as like, it's not the same as I don't see color, which is obviously awful and terrible. So it's not that bad, but it is in the ballpark of, well, I don't, like, hey, whatever you do behind closed doors. I mean, yeah, Lord Crash and Skittles just taste the same. Yeah. I mean, they don't, but they do taste very different. Now, they might actually taste all the same, but my brain is programmed to think that they don't. Now, tropical Skittles and sour Skittles, like, yeah, there are different flavors for them. They are similar, but they do taste different. This is the point where I will tell you. Now, candy that does taste different, definitely, is Starburst. Although I do say Skittles do taste differently. Starburst tastes differently. That's a whole thing. This is my reminder to y'all that if you are ever able to get them, which you should try to get these, you want to get yourself some Skittles from the United Kingdom. Starburst from the United Kingdom. Get some Starbursts from the UK because those Starbursts are different. They are made with guar instead of what is the name of it? Basically bone dust. But yeah, so they're vegan because those candies have to be vegan in the UK. So they are made with guar and so gelatin. That's what I was looking for. Gelatin. I mean bone dust. There's not gelatin in them. Instead, it is made with guar and they have, instead of lime and lemon, they have a lemon lime, which is great, and black currant, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Those are unbelievably great. I highly recommend getting Starburst from the UK because black currant is awesome and lemon lime is great. All right, so we're putting a sticker on here. Again, this is the back. We're doing a lot of detailing here. Remember Vinny just freaking out because he couldn't tell any sort of difference. Yeah, I mean, that's also probably a psychological thing as a colorblind person. He just, you know, Skittles not all of them, but a lot of Skittles probably look the same. So, but yeah, obviously taste. And then also, Vinny and I are old men, and our taste buds aren't what they used to be because your taste buds get worse over time. So I fully expect that someday I will just not be able to taste lots of different cool flavors that I was before or differentiate them as I get older. A rumor I'm seeing online is that they have the same flavor but different scents, which I don't know. The tea I don't know as well. That does feel like just like a rumor. That feels like some onlineness. All right, let's put this thing inside. We got to put the stickers on first. A18, which is A1 is here, 8. So this thing looks like we're putting stickers on it, and then it will spin, and you can go from blue to red in the chest. But they're like, hey, apply the sticker first, friend. So we will do that. These are tiny stickers. We only have 3 stickers left, thankfully. But yeah. I guess that was during the weird tournament. He said he's not much of a sweets guy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, end of year stuff is fun. Like, obviously, part of it is the fact that, like, you know, that they're all on the internet. Things are difficult to do. Some live stuff is easier than others. All right, so we're going to put this blue sticker here on a fucking curved surface, which is weird. And then we're going to do the red as well. And then there's a spot that's not, we don't put anything on. Again, I'm not super familiar with Zero, but I assume this is just part of the gimmick of this Ultraman is switching between red and blue in some way, shape, or form. And this doesn't have to be perfect. We'll do our best with it. It's hard to get stickers like this on perfect. And then this goes to snap in. Doesn't feel like it snaps in, but oh, maybe something goes on. Yes, when the chest piece goes on top of it, it'll lock it in because this doesn't feel like it's locked in. So I'm not going to put too much pressure on this because I don't think it snaps in there. I think once the other piece is on, that makes more sense. So let's do that. Oh, I'm going to put this on here for now. Protect ourselves on that. Is that the light thing on his chest? It's a classic Ultraman thing where he can only be in Ultraman form for a few minutes. There's flashes that indicate the time is running out. Thank you, the T. Okay. Oh, I I honestly grabbed these out of habit, folks. I don't need clips for this, but out of habit, I grabbed my clips. I shouldn't even put them on a table for this, but I had all my tools together. Okay, so it's blue, and then you can shift it to red to indicate, uh-oh, time's running out, so we'll do it on the red because that looks cool. But yeah, you can have it on the red, and you can shift it to blue. That is a nice gimmick. That's very cool. I mean, I've seen some Ultraman, but that just apparently didn't stick in my head. Oh, we got to do one last sticker here, but we'll do the legs first for some reason. We'll do one of the legs first. Yeah. So we need 9. Step 9 is A2 13. And A2 15. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen much Ultraman. I mean, there are plenty of folks out there that know way more than I do, but yeah, I'm just not super familiar with it. I'm certainly a casual. All right, so this goes here. No, it goes here. And it looks like that. Okay. This is just a layer, so it was like I wasn't sure what was happening. There we go. Now we go over to step 10, which is handle the pants slowly and carefully so they do not break. Sorry, it says handle the parts, and I said handle the pants. I think Evan was inspired by that, the scene where the power cords are unplugged. I saw that Netflix was doing an animated Ultraman movie with ILM. Yeah, I did see a little bit of that. I didn't read too much about it. Because, you know, Ultraman doesn't, to me, feels like it should be, I don't know, it feels weird to say that there's going to be an Ultraman that is live action. Or animated instead of a live action. It just feels wrong. All right, so this is such a strange thing because this is going to go like this. Yeah, this lines in like this here. Like, that's so weird to look at, but that is how it should go. And it says, like, be careful with it, which is accurate. And let's put the that last of our stickers on here, which is the green one right on the forehead. There was an animated Ultraman movie by Hanna-Barbera. It got released in Japan. It's Ultraman USA, and they even made suits for it for stage shows. Yeah, that's nonsense. But I like that they were like, yeah, it's the US Ultraman. We're letting you know it's going to be weird. Because Hanna-Barbera made it. So, like, hey, we're just letting the audience know this is the American thing. So, long line of the American version not doing well in Japan, and Japan being like, sorry about this, folks. We tried. As I said, I've talked about this on the stream, how Japan really didn't like, and by Japan I mean people in television in Japan did not enjoy Beast Wars, Transformers. So they did, instead of, Beast Machines, they did an animated Beast Wars 2, which was a comedy. And and they were just like, yeah, we're just going to do our own thing because we didn't like what you did. It's just like, oh, okay. Sure. Very strange. There's a few instances of that. Or like the first SD Gundam series premiered in America before Japan. And I don't know if that's the reason why Japan was like, this sucks. But Japan was like, this sucks. They were very much like, no, we're not into this shit. Like I said, I don't know if it was because there or if it just wasn't good, because it wasn't good. Now I think it was like Beast Wars in Japan had more of a gag dub. The only reason they did Beast Wars 2 was because Beast Machines wasn't ready to dub yet. I mean, you're right, the T, that Beast Wars, the dub of it was gag because they didn't like how dark it was. So their dub in Japanese was more comical, and then it wasn't ready. So instead of waiting, they just made their own sequel, which was also a comedy. And then they did a sequel to the sequel, which was like Lions. And it was even more of a silly thing, which was in line with much of what Transformers was. Because eventually they were just like, hey, you know what? We're going to make our own. You make stuff for the West. We're going to make stuff here, which is how you had like Armada and then also animated. But then there was Transformers 2000, which we didn't get in the United States, but was pretty popular in Japan. And that was Optimus Prime as a fire truck, and there was an AI and kids. They did the kids thing again. But that show, I don't believe, ever got a U.S. release. I think that was just Japan only. But I saw some of that subtitled, and I thought it was kind of fun. But yeah, I liked the fire truck version of Optimus Prime. Animated took a few cues from that show, but certainly the other stuff was a little more serious here. Oops. Okay, so this didn't work the way it was supposed to. So we're gonna try to do this right. We're trying to get this lined up right here. We got to be careful with it because things will snap. It told us so. We want to do that. Okay, so that felt good. That locking felt good. This is different. This is different. The way that the chest and legs are created here is different from the Kamen Rider. So I appreciate that this is not just the same kind of mold. This has been a little different, and I appreciate that. This is not the easiest thing to assemble. It's certainly easy to get out, but the actual like putting it together is a little bit more work than I would have guessed. I think that did get dubbed. I read the Transformer Wiki a lot. Let me check. Yeah. I don't know if Transformers 2000 was dubbed. Maybe it was, but that was like definitely a more kid-friendly show, and it was kind of fun. Yeah, Fire Convoy was Car Robots, which got released here as Robots in Disguise. Yes. Okay. So yeah, there you go. My Transformers knowledge is not all-encompassing, whereas maybe I, would like. But I've seen a lot of it, certainly. And at a certain point, you had to because they weren't coming out here. So it's like, well, if you want to watch it, you got to track it down. And there was a bunch of stuff we didn't get, and there was some stuff that was dubbed, and some stuff that wasn't dubbed, and some stuff that was made here. It's all very good. All right, we're continuing here. We built one leg. So you can see here, you may have noticed, the foot has a little bit of movement to it, just a little bit. The leg has no movement. There's no movement with this. This kit is inexpensive, and it is an introduction to model kits. If you want movement, the figure rise kits have more mobility. Like this doesn't like turn at the waist. You can't pose. It's going to have a pose. The arms might move a little bit. We'll find out if the arms move. They might, but you're not getting movement in this kind of a kit. It's a little bit more action figure-y than some other things. But the trade-off is that it's very inexpensive and is a model kit. So that is cool. I haven't seen much, but I'm fascinated by any long-running shows. I did start reading the recent Transformers Back to the Future comic. It's really good. I cannot say that I have seen that, but that does sound fun. I am reading a little bit of manga these days. I got it in my head that I really wanted to keep going with That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, because I'm enjoying the Slime Diaries, which now I want to read all the Slime Diaries. But next season, I believe it's the next season, we get, or it might be one more season off, I can't remember. We get more of season 2 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. But I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to get caught up on this. I am now caught up on it. So I have been reading that. I haven't been reading much else. I am slowly going through and savoring Black Clover because there's not a lot that was cut for the television show, but some stuff was. So I am slowly going through that. Going through that time I got reincarnated as a slime is fascinating because things were definitely cut and rearranged that were interesting. I think the best thing is, if people have watched the show, is before Rimuru goes into sleep to evolve, the anime cut out this whole scene between Ranga and Grusius that was awesome. It was a really nice little scene about, like their dedication to their own, leaders of their land. And it was nice. I was like, oh, they cut a cool Ranga scene. There's also, I totally understand why it was cut. There's a little chapter, like 0.5 chapter thing that is from the light novel that I definitely get. And it is about a character of one of the people that Rimuru kills, one of the humans that he kills. Like a little bit about like why that guy is, because the thing is like a lot of humans got fucking murdered, so it's a lot of like, hey, like let's tell a little story of this one person who is like doesn't seem to be like bad, but also like knew what he was getting into. And he's just like, please don't, I understand I made this choice, please don't kill my family. And Rumour's like, I don't know why you think I would do that. But yeah, there's no happy ending there. That guy does not get away. But yeah, otherwise, kind of cool to check out all the comics and see everything there. I will say one thing that the anime does better than the manga is one of my favorite get fucked scenes, where I really yelled at, is this dude who's like has this grand plan of like, I'm gonna collect people and they'll be your human shields for so the king and the bishop can escape and we'll just use them and I'll command them and this is the plan. And then he like, good evening, Dirty. He steps out of the tent and immediately gets killed. And it's just like, oh, whoa. It's like almost shocking because he's like, I've got this plan. And it's just like, that plan was worthless. In the manga, he's standing there and then someone approaches him and then it's revealed that he got shot through. And I'm like, that's okay. I'll say this. And this, at least in this instance, the anime did a better job than the manga because it is just like comical how much this dude got fucked up. It is impressive how much that guy just got like destroyed. Hey, we're almost done with this, so we're gonna build something else. We'll take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. Once this is done, we'll finish it. We'll complete build it. We'll take a pause for the cause. I'm gonna come back in and do some panel lining on it, and then we'll figure out what I want to build next because I've got like high grades to build. We'll pick a high grade and I'll build that. But at the very least, let's get this built. I'll take a photo of it, and then we'll do some panel lining on it. And I think that's, yeah. This guy doesn't have a leg though. That's weird. Why doesn't he have a foot? He only has one full leg. Yeah, that's weird. I guess for a stand. It just, this is like hollow-ish. And I thought that was odd. But anyway, let's finish this guy's arm up here. Ultraman Zero. And then we'll take a pause for the cause. We'll talk about ways you can support the channel. And then, of course, we'll get into some anime, where I'll talk about the anime I've been watching the last couple of days. Go through all that. And that's Ultraman. Take a photo of it. And we'll do some panel lining on it. But yeah, none of this moves. None of these move. This is a solid pose. It is an action figure like that. You can't do any kind of, like I said, the price is very inexpensive, and especially as a first model kit, it's pretty neat. Um, and then we will get into doing some, the color changes when the color timer part is rotated. Yeah, so that does change. We'll do some panel lining on this in a second. But let's take a pause to the cause. If you are new to the channel, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk about ways you can support what I do here. You are under, obviously, no obligation to do so, but if you would like to, you're more than welcome to. I would love it. First things first, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can also do that as well. Show the people that you are a subscriber, and you get those emotes. Now, you could use Cash Money to be a subscriber. It's a great way to support what I do. You could use your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get a token. You could use that for me. Some people do. You could, if you wanted to, gift a sub to somebody. You could gift a sub. Gifting a sub is a great way to show some support. If you've been gifted a sub, you can convert that to cash, or credit card, regular subscription, and it won't charge you until your gift sub is over. So you could do that. You're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to do any of those things, but those are things you could do if you wanted to. Also, bits and coins, always appreciated. You could join the leaderboard. Dirty and Harold gave me some bits. Anybody that wanted to could get in third place there, top of that leaderboard, which is pretty neat. And I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/PatBear. If you're watching this later on YouTube, what's up, YouTube? Hello. You can find all the links I'm talking about here in the show description below the video. And if you're watching the VOD, what's up, Twitch VODs? You can find all these in the chat. So yeah, I have a Patreon. You can join my Patreon, patreon.com/PatBear. Pac-Man gives Pat a thumbs up. Indeed. Pac-Man says, hey, you should support me, Pat, if you want. Get in there and do it. That's a thing. You're obviously under no obligation to do any of those things. Just watching is totally cool. But yeah, I have a Patreon, $1, $3, $5, and $10 tiers. So various ways to support there. Direct donations to get me equipment. Patman, indeed. I have ways to do that through PayPal and Coffee and Streamlabs. You can do all that if you'd like. Do that, or you could join my YouTube. Because anything I make through YouTube, through Patreon, through Twitch, through direct donations goes to buying model kits. It goes back into the business. The shelves I just bought came out of funds because I will be using them to build things. YouTube, I have memberships, $2 memberships. Supposedly by the end of this month, I will be getting a direct deposit check from AdSense, from Google AdSense, because I have finally made $100. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years of grinding, and I will use that to buy model kits. Because that's what I do here is I build model kits. Now, speaking of model kits, if you've ever seen something on and said, oh, I wish Pat would build that, I'd buy that for Pat to build. Well, you could check out my Amazon wish list and see if it's there. And if you buy something from my Amazon wish list, I'll build it on stream before I build anything in my backlog. And I'll shoot a video about the thing that you have purchased. So I have very inexpensive Lego sets. Hey, I just want to say, no pressure, but it's on sale, and it's right now $13, is the Ironblood Orphans Barbatos High Grade, which I never built. I built a lot of the Master Grades and the non-grades, but I never built that. I just realized I never built it, so I put it on there. It was normally like $20. It's down to $13. If you were looking to buy something cheap that would be fun for me to build on stream, and I'll build it out of other things, and I'll shoot a video about how you bought it, that's $13. That's pretty good. There's some Lego sets in there, various Lego sets, some model kits. A Zoid is in there. More high grades. They're more expensive. I had the Hello Kitty that also could look like the RX-782. Bunch of different stuff. Some things that don't have free shipping, which is weird, but is in there. And at the bottom is some equipment that would be great for me to have. And you can do that if you're just like, I don't know about model kits. Again, I'm not saying you gotta. And for folks that are just joining, we will get back to model kit building in a minute or two. But I am just taking a moment to do my ad reads because I don't have sponsors, but I do like to talk about ways you can support the channel one time per stream. USA Gundam Store is an alternative. If you don't want to deal with Amazon, you could buy a gift card there. Then send me a DM on Twitter. It's easy. They don't get physical gift cards. You get an email with your gift card code, and then you copy that code and then paste it to me in a DM. And we can talk about what I should buy with that money. Sometimes it's pre-order. Sometimes it's just a thing that I've never built. And also I'll shoot a video just like if you bought something from my wish list. So that's something. Let's see. What else do I want to say? Look, if you want to support me and you don't want to spend a single penny, you don't want to spend a dime, and you want to support what I do, well, go ahead and join my Discord because that's free. I post build photos. Sometimes people post stuff they're working on, or sometimes there's a couple people that just go like, "Hey, everybody," and just is like nice in there. It's a very small little community, but I think they're very fun, and I appreciate they exist. So check that out if you're looking for that. A couple video links for you to check out. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I tried to answer the question, what's the best isekai? And this kind of came from somebody who suggested I talk about a certain isekai and why it's the best. I don't agree with that person. So instead, I tried to figure out, what do I think is the best isekai? And I looked at it from a couple different angles. I think it's a fun video. Bear With Me is a product review. I got this like stand to, I got this thing, this tray that you put stuff in, and it's bad. It's a bad product. It's a shitty product. Spoiler alert, I didn't like it. So I talked shit about it in a video, and that is the latest Bear With Me, because, hey, reaction videos don't just have to be me watching something and reacting in the moment. It can be me doing food taste tests and product reviews. I don't actually know if it can be that, but I decided it was because I liked doing it, so I did it. I hope Knights and Magic is on the list. Dirty. Knights apostrophe S and Magic is a totally serviceable isekai. It is a totally fine isekai. It does involve mecha, which is rare for isekai, surprisingly enough, but also mecha is rare. But I don't think the main character is that interesting, and I kind of need my main characters to be interesting if they are overpowered main characters. I think that boy isn't that great. There's some cool characters in the show, certainly. I think it is a totally fine isekai that if someone was saying like, hey, what are 5 isekai I should watch, I would probably mention it, because it also doesn't have much. Yeah, it's weird. That's a weird one. Anyway, those are some videos you should check out. Did I actually put that in there? Yes. All right. We just talked about some anime. I'm going to talk more about anime in a second here. So let me get this ready. I got to talk about the shows that I watched. I got some shows to chat with you. And I'm going to get this ready. And then I'm going to drink a little water. And then we're going to panel line this Ultraman. So let's get over here. So let's panel line this thing. We're going to hit black on some of this gray. We don't really need to do too much to this, but we're going to do a little bit to it. Again, we waited until the end to do this, so we'll just hit it. We're just going to hit some of these indents here. Just kind of make it sing a little bit, and then we'll start a high grade. I thought this was going to take longer, but we'll just hit this, and then I'm going to talk to you about some anime. So, I thought this episode of So I'm a Spider, So What was really fun. I thought we were going to get round 2 of the fight between the spider and the demon lord. We did not get that. So I was expecting that. The demon lord right now is just dealing with the psychic attacks from our spider. Our spider, her body is fully restored. So she is like, okay, cool. I'm back. I'm doing it. And she finds a town, nearby town. And she's just like, Oh, this is the town where that girl who was reincarnated, who is a vampire, lives. There is a dog barking outside my window. And it is really annoying me. Hopefully you can't hear this dog barking, but I can. And I want the owner of the dog to take care of it. But whatever. I'm just working on the face here. Just hitting all this with black. Just trying to make some of this pop. So, yeah, the vampire kid. We actually get some memories of her previous life. She is the weirdo kid that they were... At one point, they were like, well, maybe she's the spider. And it was like, no, she's not the spider. But, yeah, we got some memories of her and her, like, trying to figure stuff out and figure out what this world is. She's still a baby. More people are trying to kill her still. Also, our spider doesn't know she's a vampire, but she does know that our vampire doesn't know she's a vampire, but she is scared of our spider friend. But anyway, she's still getting attacked by people. People want her to either kill her or... We thought it was to kill her. Turns out the elves are trying to kidnap her. Because she is a reincarnated child, and some people apparently know about reincarnations. So they are after her. I think they're out to kidnap her. The elves are. And the elves did seem up to this point to be pretty cool people, but apparently they're not all that cool. They're not like holier than thou, which we thought they might be. But Spider is taking care of bandits and killing bandits, and then a fun thing is the goddess that these people worship, they have the legacy is their goddess had a divine beast that was a spider that is probably the next demon lord in a previous incarnation. And so they worship spiders. So they don't see, not everybody, but a lot of people don't see our spider friend as a problem. They think that she is a representative of the goddess. And so some people who are desperate are like, hey, my son is sick. My son is dying. Please help my son. And the spider's like, I mean, okay. And then heals her too because she's malnourished. And so then there's a line of people being like, it's a whole thing. Because a lot of them are like, hey, please help us out. And then some people do think that she is working for Ariel, the demon lord. Also turns out we figured this. The guy that is currently in charge of the church, Dustin, also sucks shit. That dude sucks. He has not been taken over. He thinks he is using Hugo for what he needs to get done. So he also apparently sucks ass. So that's fun. And that's that episode. Like I said, I thought there was going to be more battles, but we are coming up to episode, I believe there's 24 episodes to this show, so we're getting towards the point where some shit has to pop off, but I guess we're getting more stuff. And so also, because of the time changes, or the time stuff, we know that Sophia joins the Demon Lord and doesn't like people referring to her by her previous name. So we know that she's got it rough. Things don't go great for her. I mean, she is a vampire. So D really gave her a shit life. All right, so we're just going to erase some of this here. Hit some of this. I think the head looks great. It does really perk it up having the panel lining. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does some. And then we'll just hit, see if there's any of this red we want to hit. Maybe around here on their legs, yeah. Okay, so those Snow White notes. Again, this continues to be a show that I really love the premise and don't necessarily love the execution, which is a shame. We get a recap, even though it's fucking episode 7. And also the group competition, the thing they've been working towards. The group competition is coming up, and then the next day will be the solo competition. And I do want to point out that I thought this was going to come later and not episode 7. But maybe it's going to take a bunch of episodes because our people didn't even play today in the group one. So let me get a photo of this here because we are done here with panel lining. And I will say, it does, I think, look better with some panel lining if the head looks cooler. But it's not a huge change. So, all right. Okay, so before I start talking about more anime, we have a decision to make, folks, and you guys get to help make this decision. Y'all out there get to help decide what I'm doing next. I'm going to show you a couple of high grades because I didn't have the vote go. And everyone that voted, my $10 patrons, all voted for this, so I don't have like, a runner-up. I'm going to show you a couple high grades and a master grade, and I would like you to decide. I have a Lego set to build. I don't want to build that. I want to take a longer break from Lego. So you're not going to be able to vote for this 3-in-1 fire dragon that is a scorpion and a cat, a saber-toothed tiger. But you can pick the Moon Gundam, if you would like to see me build the Moon Gundam. You can pick the Astray Re-Rise, which is the Astray Gundam Re-Rise from Gundam Build Divers. Or the Zaku II from 2020. This is the most recent release of the Zaku II high grade. Or the Strike Gundam, which is a master grade. We built the better, quote unquote, better version, the upgraded version, but this is the Strike Noir. Dirty would like me to do the Zaku 2, so again, that is the Strike Noir is here. We've got the Zaku 2, we've got the Astray Re-Rise, and we've got the Moon Gundam. And I will build any of those. The T also would like me to see the Zaku 2, which I'm more than happy to put together, if that is what people would like to see me do. If there's a strong inclination or a decision on one of the other ones, feel free to make a comment there. I'm not going to talk too much about those Snow White notes. We do have this guy, Kaji. We saw some groups that were performing and they're not good, and the only group that got the rotoscope treatment was this group with a guy named Kaji who like tried to make friends with Setsu, and Setsu was like, Also, another thing is they didn't have like a uniform or anything, so Yui made all of them like matching uniforms, but they're like similar but different colors, and it is pointed out they look like a Sentai force. Also, I do want to point out, because I'm going to get the Zaku 2, but I'm going to keep talking while I get the Zaku 2. I'm just going to go to the Be Right Back screen and go and get it. A thing I really did like was the guy Rai, who joined the group but didn't quit his other club being the handcrafting club, because he does crafting because he is clearly an effeminate gay gentleman. For not laughs but like chuckles, so that's fun. It's not at all. But Rai, the other members of the handcrafting club came to support Rai, and I think that's cute. But yeah, they're all different colors, so they have like a similar look, but not really. It's kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna work on the Zaku 2 because 2 of you would like me to do that. So we're working on this Zaku 2. I'll get it out. We'll figure out the colors that we need here. I'm going to put Ultraman and Pac-Man aside, and we'll start getting this sorted here. But yeah, those Snow White notes, the pilot episode, the first episode, I think is incredible. I think it's fine after that. I kind of wish they didn't do the first episode because it's very clear that the manga went in a different direction after its original idea, and I think they should have just skipped that, and they didn't really need to do it. But whatever. It's still a fine enough show. I'm looking forward to more of it. And the music is still fucking good. So the new guy, Kaji, his group was fantastic. A couple things to note here. These pieces are made of rubber. Hell fucking yeah. Look at these rubber pieces. Look at that springy rubber. Rubber pieces. That rules. I'll put that there because it's easier. One sticker. One sticker. It says one. It is just the sticker for the eye. The eye is the only sticker on this high grade. Again, this came out last year, 2020. So this is the new mold of it. Because let me double check here. What years to say? Yes, this is 2020. I'm going to check all of them because I believe this is an all new mold. Yeah, 2020. And then, yep. So this is a brand new mold for the Zaku II, which is awesome. I'm very excited to work on that. No PC parts, no polycaps, no polycaps. One sticker. Very excited to work on this Zaku II. But yeah, it's really funny because it's just like, yeah, there's one sticker. So yeah, those Snow White notes, excited to see where it's going. When I tell you that my least favorite character in I'm Killing Slime, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. When I tell you that there's characters I don't love, what I mean is that, like, it's Hulkara, because the boozy elf that gets in trouble I don't love. Okay, I was actually wrong. We do have another thing we got to do here, is we got to figure out our colors, our marker colors. So the dark red here, I definitely want to do black on this dark red. I'm going to even do it a little bit here on this piece. Yeah, I want to do black on this dark red. I think that looks great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do black on this dark red. But what about this color? So this I don't know yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some marker on the underside here because we know these two pieces are going to get connected. So we're going to do some black here, which might be too strong. And then let's do some brown. Gonna do that. So gray. I think I like gray on this. I think we're gonna do gray on the light red and black on the dark red, and then yeah, I think that's it. So these two colors here will do gray. I think that's the choice I'm gonna make. Looking at this. We'll do one choice here. We'll hit gray. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yep, okay. So that's the choice. Now we'll do that. We're going to go in here, and normally I would do brown on this, but I don't think brown works with either of these colors. The only place I'm going to use brown is on this piece here, if there's anything like, because that is a cherry red. And so we'll do that. And that is the choices that I have made. So we are going to edit this here, and then I'll keep talking about anime. Properties. All right, so we'll do... I'm just going to take my keyboard out. You can see me peck at these keys. Light red. We're going to do gray. Or we'll do... Make my life easier here. L red, gray. D red, black. Red, brown. There's like one piece of red. That we'll do that. Yeah, that looks fine. That makes me happy to just know. All right, now let's get into model kit building. Hell yeah, we're doing model kit building. We're using our snipper clips. We're back, baby. We're doing this right. We're getting it done. We're going to do the 2-snip method. Get in there. Then we'll, yeah, we're going to start assembling. As we're done with sections, we will do panel lining, unless it looks like it's going to be annoying to do. In which case, we'll just do it right there. But yeah, the 2-snip method. Heck yeah. Especially because this color here, I feel like is definitely going to have color separation there if we're not careful about our snips. Even if it is a modern build here. So C1. Again, I can't wait to have my shells because I want to organize these and not have to be rifling through the box every time I want a piece. Let me go back to talk about I've been killing slimes. Yeah, so one of my least favorite things about this show is the boozy elf character because she's there to get into problems that then they have to solve, and I'm just kind of tired of it. Like, she's fine, but she's, yeah, at least we're good her. Anyway, Beelzebub, who is a high-ranking member of the demon race, she's like, you know, she does her job there. She shows up and she's like, hey, because you brokered peace between the red dragons and the blue dragons, you're up for a Medal of Honor, a demon Medal of Honor. So you have to if you accept, you're going to come to the demon realm to accept your reward. And, you know, it is quite an honor, and you'll be invited to come there, and your friends can all come with you. And she's like, I mean, I didn't do a lot, which is a lie, because she did do a whole lot. Okay, folks, I gotta look at this, because this, like, is angled weird, and I don't know. Oh, I think it's angled weird so you can attach it. Oh, okay. I get it now, folks. Sorry. This is angled weird so that you can snap some pieces in here. Please press to attach part. Okay, yeah. So you got to snap that in the side. Okay. I'm understanding what this wants. It is weird. Basically, I'm rocking this piece back and forth to line up, attach it, which is kind of an odd thing, but it took me a second to figure out what this wanted me to do. But now I know. Anyway, she's got to go to the demon realm, and everyone, including Hulkra. So I appreciate that. Even Hulkra's like, maybe I shouldn't go. I am clumsy, and I feel like things could go bad. But she's still gonna go. The one problem is, and y'all, you might understand this problem. They're all gonna go, right? And they're all gonna dress up and be fancy and go. They're gonna wear the dresses they wore to that wedding. But Rosalie, she can go because she's not like, she's the ghost. She's not bound anywhere, so she can go. But the outfit she wears, which is basically a schoolgirl uniform because she went to like a fancy school, that is like her memories of what she wore. She can't just like take that off. Like, it's part of her like soul. She can't just be like, well, yeah, I'll just like not wear it. She can't put like clothes on, so they have to like figure out what they're gonna do, and it ends up with like vision training because Azusa basically makes a new kind of magic to put fancy clothes on and like do her hair up, and it's great, and everyone's really happy about it. She's wearing a lovely dress, her hair's done up, and then it's like, okay, well, it's time for us to go to the demon realm. How do we get there? Well, a Leviathan shows up, which is a demon that is basically a giant whale that has like a city, like not a city, but it has like a big hall. Like it's basically, they combined like a big ship with a Leviathan. And there are two Leviathan. One, and they trade off because one is like, I'm here to be your attendant, and my sister is the ship, and then we'll switch off on your way back, which is kind of fun. Let's see. They have a nice meal and a nice bath, and I'll say this: the show, you know, it's cozy. There's some adventures, but it's mostly just kind of cozy about an immortal witch and her like girls that love her and girls that are in love with her. There's still like, you know, some drama, but it's mostly just like a fun comedy, goof around, slice of life. There's a really nice scene between Halkara and Rosalie, which I don't think, they haven't really had because they haven't lived together that long. But this show doesn't have a lot of two-person scenes anymore because there are just a ton of characters. So it's rare for them to be separated. So this was kind of nice. And then she almost dies. That's the whole thing, but it's quick. All right, so this was a weird component to put together, but I did get it together. The way this kind of fits together is interesting. This will be very annoying to take apart if I ever wanted to, which I don't think I would ever want to, but it would be annoying. And let's get some hoses together. Thankfully, because it's a high grade, this is not like a really complicated thing to connect all these parts, which is nice. These hoses here, because these are usually kind of annoying, but not really in this case, which is great. Let's see more about the show. They meet. They're gonna go meet the Demon King, which they did not know about because the Demon King the next day is gonna give them the award. So they're like, I want to point out that this is plastic, but it's a different. This feels different than the other plastic. It's meant to be more rubbery. It's still plastic, but it has more give to it than the regular plastic here. It doesn't feel like this, but it doesn't feel like the other plastic here. That's a unique thing. I can't really describe it. This just feels different, which is kind of cool. And then we need more of the Anyway, they meet a cute demon girl that introduces herself as Provat Pecora Alaris. And she's, of course, the Demon King. The Demon King is a cute, young-looking girl. Because why wouldn't she be? That's the fucking vibe of the show. As soon as she showed up, I was like, that's the Demon King. There's no way she's not. And, of course, Halkara embarrasses them. And then when the Demon King is like, it's okay, don't worry about it. You don't have to bow and kneel. Apology accepted. Halkara like pops her head up to be like, oh, thanks so much. And then like totally clocks her, like her head goes into the Demon King's head. And then the Demon King is knocked unconscious and Halkara is thrown in prison. And we got ourselves a cliffhanger. And that's also why she's my least favorite character, because I understand that for plot reasons, it is important to have a character who is getting up to no good and getting into shenanigans for then like to create problems that need to be solved. But as someone that likes this like cozy slice of life, I was just like, what if she wasn't like this? But she is. All right, so this is kind of ingenious how this is all coming together. I'm looking at this. One more anime to talk to you about tonight. One more show. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Season 2. This episode, this should have been episode 2 this season. I don't care. The whole thing with Amari sucked, and I did not enjoy it. So this I enjoyed so much more. It's a party. It's the like welcome back from living on campus party, and Iruma is so worried, y'all, because he's like so nervous because he's got told by his grandpa, quote unquote grandpa, hey, you can invite your friends. You should invite them, and he's never invited friends over to his house. So he texts Clara and Alice and is like, hey, I'm having a party and you can come. It's okay if you don't want to. And he's all like, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we'll be there. And they show up and they bring a gift. They each bring a gift, some food, and it's very nice. And then everyone has fun, and they play a DDR style game, which is very fun. That is what they're doing. But it is like, it's kind of DDR, but also there's like a demon that shows up to lead them, and it's a little Let's Dance. It's like somewhere between the two. And of course, Opera, who is the butler, nails it. He does the best job because he's great. And Grandpa comes in last. And he's like, oh no, my grandson and his friends are going to think that I'm a loser because I came in last. I got to come up with something to show them that I kick ass. So he comes up with a scheme They go down to the basement for a dark parade, which is like a test of courage kind of thing. And he has one of the house pets dress up like a monster so he could defeat the monster, because he's like, ha, that'll show them that I'm awesome. I'll defeat this monster. It'll run away. But that doesn't happen because Clara and Alice are like, oh, we'll protect you and we'll protect our friend, which is because they're great friends. I should say that Alice handles it, and Clara summons her familiar, but he's actually, she's actually his familiar, because like he shows up and like throws a ball and she catches it, so she doesn't really help at all. She does confuse the monster, but she doesn't help. She helps in a very Clara way, which I appreciate, because Clara rules. But anyway, Grandpa's like, that didn't work. So then Opera has a plan to have a projection of a monster and then have him step up and save the day, which he does. But everybody figures out, oh, this was a plan from Opera. This is Opera's big plan. And they're like, you're great. You're so good at doing this. We knew it wasn't going to be anything real. This was very fun. So everyone has a good time. And then they go to his bedroom and hang out and kind of just chill. This is like, courage. It takes a little courage from our friend. Ooh, I dropped some frames there at some point, folks. I didn't notice. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize I was dropping frames. Also, Alice's butler comes to pick him up, and then all of Clara's family comes to get him, including the kids, which is like, hey, y'all didn't have to come, but it's very cute. Also, their family is fun, so it's fun to see the whole family show up. And now, finally, folks, the thing we've been waiting for, the thing that was teased at the end of Season 1, and I thought Season 2 was going to start with, but it didn't. Instead, we waited till Episode 5, 6 to do it. They finally fucking did it. They introduced Bad Boy Iruma. And we found out what happened. Iruma wanted to, was telling the Ring, who just has sentience, the Ring is a new sentient being, oh, I kind of want to know what happened with the personality switch, and I want to learn more about transformations, and fell asleep as he said it. And so that is what happened. The Ring transformed him into a bad boy. So now we're going to find out what happens with Bad Boy Iruma, who, how much of a bad boy is he? Is he still really nice and he's just more aggressive? He's a demon. He's in demon school. He's theoretically a demon, so will that be good? But what about our lovely, nice boy Iruma? What's going to happen? It is now part of the plot that I actually care about, so we'll see what happens. We're putting the arms on this kit here. These feel a little flimsy, so hopefully it'll be okay. But we'll get the arms on, and then we're going to continue building this. We'll get some panel lining done here. But yeah, that's the anime I've been watching. I got caught up on My Hero Academia. I haven't been doing the weekly reviews. I've liked this season so far. It has been a lot of Class 1A and Class 1B, and then also the guy that can control people with mind control, taking part in mixed challenges. And it's been interesting. I like some of the characters in Class 1B, so it's kind of cool to see them and how they've been working. That has been kind of neat. Overall, it's pretty cool to see there's some new moves that people have and people putting themselves to the test, particularly Todoroki. Todoroki has some cool... Todoroki can kind of fly now, which rules because he is a Birdman. But, his power set isn't really Birdman related, so it's kind of cool that he has, some bird abilities that he's using. I don't know, I thought that was fucking pretty rad, because I really like him. Because he's a bird that has, a dark... He calls his power Dark Shadow, and then he also calls that his power is Dark Shadow, and the bird, the shadow version of him, is also called Dark Shadow. It's just yeah, of course I like the dark bird. that doesn't need to be a bird, that is also a bird, but that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Of course, I love that dude. Yeah, he gets a little bit of a thing. All right. And we're going to keep working on this. But yeah, I've been watching that. What are y'all watching? Anybody watching any anime? Watching any TV right now? Y'all got anything you're checking out? Mostly it's just the same stuff for me. I don't have anything super new. I started watching a new to me Hearthstone streamer who makes some YouTube content because he does like some YouTube news. I don't want to say the person's name yet because I've only seen a couple of their videos, and so I don't want to give them a shout out if they turn out to be garbage person. So I'm kind of like keeping my eye on them, and we'll see. But maybe if I do like them later, I'll talk about them. But yeah, that's kind of all I'm doing. Yeah, let me know if y'all are watching anything, checking anything out, going to see stuff. Has anybody gone to the movies? I mean, I have not, and I don't have immediate plans to, but I know that some people are out there seeing movies. Oh, I put this together wrong. I was like, why isn't this working? And then I'm like, oh, it's a very easy reason. I put it together incorrectly because this has got to pop in here. But yeah, let me know if y'all are doing anything, watching anything, checking things out, watching old stuff, has anybody watched the new Castlevania? I have not seen it. I don't have Netflix right now. I will get it again soon, and I will certainly watch it. But yeah, anybody checked out the final Castlevania season? Because I know that is out there. I'm sure that some people are watching it. Lastberg says, I watched season 4 Castlevania, which I liked a lot. I'm catching up on my Netflix and starting Queen's Gambit today. Finally watched WW84 Wonder Woman. It's better than I was led to believe. Yeah, look, look, there are a lot of things I don't like about that movie, but like there's some stuff that I think people were like, hey, I don't know. I mean, mostly, look, my real issue with Wonder Woman 84 is that the first Wonder Woman movie is the only DC movie that I've liked, in one of the only ones, because I think Birds of Prey is really fun. And I think that, I mean, Suicide Squad isn't terrible. It's just not particularly great. But like the Batman, Superman movies, and Superman movies I've really disliked. I've really, really disliked them. So like the Wonder Woman is like my first like, oh, this is okay. They're gonna do okay. They've got some stuff. They can get some stuff done. Like it gave me a false sense that they were turning a page. So this one isn't as good, and also seems like kind of weird in some spots. My big gripe is that Diana is incredibly knowledgeable, but also very naive, and that happens, right? There's book smart. And then there's street smart. And I understand that is like possible, that dichotomy. But like the things she doesn't know about are so strange and only always obvious plot devices that I'm like, oh, instead of doing any work to make this work, you're just going to say she doesn't know about it. And I'm less than thrilled with that. Aquaman was fun. Yeah, I didn't like it. Didn't think it was fun. Don't really like him. Didn't really enjoy it. I think that actor is fine. I just didn't like him as Aquaman, and I didn't really enjoy that one. I'm prepping myself to watch the Justice League. Do I go regular or full Snyder Cut? Dirty, you do full Snyder Cut. I have not seen the Snyder Cut, but I can tell you should just watch the Snyder Cut. Because even if it's long, and you have to it's long, but you have to break it up. But it actually... this is, as I said, this is not first-hand knowledge, but as someone that watched the first Justice League movie, the first version, Josh Whedon's version, and did not enjoy it, the stuff I liked the most about it was Cyborg, and there's way more Cyborg in the second movie, the second version, I should say. So that alone, I think is good. And then also, there are like weird Josh Whedon like digs at women that are like, there are a couple of lines that are like said off camera that are just like weird digs at people, and weird jokes that aren't in there. They're like ADR jokes that got put in that are bad, and so you don't get that if you watch the Snyder Cut. And I do think that the villain looks better in sometimes and worse in other times. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just think that mostly it's just that villain sucks. All right, we got something from Boom Cannon. Oh, also don't watch like 6 to 7 hours of that movie. Yeah, I mean, don't watch both, but I think it's fine. So Boom Cannon says, so to give backstory to this, I watched the ending of Code Geass as my brother was watching it years ago. So that stopped me from watching it until this week. I also got spoiled the ending of Death Note the same way. Because your brother was watching it, so you saw it before you watched the whole thing. So that's kind of interesting to watch the ending of, so you went back, you actually did watch it. You started watching it because, yeah, I mean, I've been in situations like that where I've just like, I know how a thing ends, and sometimes it's like fun to go back because you're like, I know where this goes, but also like, and I'm not going to try to get too deep into spoilers for a show, even though it is an older show. To say, you kind of know where some characters like are going. Like you as an audience member kind of know what's happening. I don't know the context to it, so it's still good though. Yeah, I mean, that's fun. I mean, look, also, that show dicks around as like almost a slice of life or a regular action show. That show presents a character as the main character who is not the main character. Our good boy who is gonna get stuff done is the supporting character. He is the main character, but this is not his show. He's the main character of a different show. And if you've seen the end of it, you kind of understand that going in. But if you're going into Code Geass, like just like without knowing that, you would think it's about another guy, your generic good guy, main guy. This is not his story. This is not his story at all. It's Zero's story. Like, it's 100% like not that. So that's kind of interesting that they did that. And I think like they do a pretty good job of setting that up early on. And like putting you through like learning about characters and feeling like a certain way about some people. And then you start to go, huh, okay. Hey, wait, what? What's happening? You know? It goes through some stuff. All right, I got to get this connector part on here, and it does not want to connect right. So I don't know if I'm doing this wrong or what's happening, but I'm going to take this slow here. Yes, indeed. And yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that there are like shows, the idea that there are some shows that do that are like, oh, I had this on wrong, folks. That's what was happening. I like the idea of a show that is just like, hey, we're going to, this character is kind of the Greek chorus or is the everyman to kind of get us in and get us set up. But like, this isn't his story. Sorry. I don't know. That's pretty unique and enjoyable. I like that they did that. All right. So we're going to do our only sticker, folks. We're going to have to put our only sticker on here. Oh, we do have to panel line. Let's get this on, and then, because the head is really easy, so we'll build the head, and then we'll panel line both, or we'll do that next stream. Let's finish the head, because that's cool to do. So we got to get a sticker on here, and the sticker just goes on the front. I will say this sticker, there is no indent where the sticker should go. You just have to kind of put it on there. I don't think I like that. But as I said, this is the only sticker on this part of the kit, or this kit. So you'd think there would be like an indent where this goes, but there isn't, so just gonna put it where you think it should go. But yeah, there's only 2 more pieces here, so we'll get this on, and then we will do some panel lining on Monday as we continue to work on this. I thought the Ultraman was going to take longer to put together. I thought that was going to be, the stream was just those 2. Did not expect, as I said, that's why we did this vote instead of me putting a poll up for my $10 patrons, because I did not expect us to get to this part of the build. But I'm not complaining, because it's cool to get there. But yeah, my next stream will be on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be working on this. Very excited to work on it. Hope you'll come by and hang out. I will try to think of things to talk about because I am, I don't know if I have anything going on. I'm going to work in tomorrow night for a couple hours, or tomorrow afternoon. And then maybe, look, I have Peacock. I might watch wrestling. I kind of don't. I'm not super engaged in the Backlash storyline. So I'm like, I kind of care about a couple of the matches, but not as much. So I might not watch wrestling tomorrow night, so I might not be able to talk about wrestling on Monday, but maybe I will. I don't know. At least I'll see the results if I don't watch it. And this head does move around here. You can see that there. The little eye moves. You got to have the eye move. Let me just see if there's anything that goes. Disconnect that. No, we can just do that. So we did get some of this done. I'll take a photo after the stream or later. And we're going to raid, folks. That's what we do every stream is we go and give a raid. We'll go share some love. What exactly is Peacock? Yes, Dirty. Peacock is a NBC-owned subscription service. It's basically NBC Plus, but they call it Peacock. It has content, old content. It has a lot of archival stuff from NBC. It's where a lot of their shows go. Instead of also including Hulu, and also Peacock has the WWE Network because they made a big deal where now that is the U.S. home of the WWE Network, and you can't just join the WWE Network anymore in the United States. You can in other parts of the world, but in the U.S. you gotta join Peacock to watch that. But yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff on it. Amber Ruffin Show is my favorite thing on Peacock. It's one of the reasons why I've kept Peacock, is because the Amber Ruffin Show is fantastic. Keep watching Amber Show clips from it. Yes. And there's like free-ish. There's subscriptions. There's subscription without ads, except in a couple occasions you still get ads. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, I'm going to go and figure out who we're going to raid here. All right. Wiggins is playing Mass Effect, the Legendary Collection, day 8. I think that's day 8 of May Madness. He's streaming every day. But yeah, Wiggins is playing Mass Effect Collection, so we're going to go raid Matt Wiggins because Matt is great. So let's go do that and hang out with Matt. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for spending some of your night with me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on Monday for more model kit building. We're in it. We're building model kits. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And I'll see you on the next Build with Baer. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.